Good morning, everyone. We are in chapter the fundamental unit of life, in which we talk about cell organelles. Let us proceed this chapter. Okay. So in previous lecture we talk about some cell organelles like endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, and today I am going to teach you mitochondria, plastids, and vacuoles. Okay. So let us see what is mitochondria. Mitochondria are known as powerhouse of the cell. Okay. So if powerhouse of the cell is known as mitochondria, then we can say that it means that it generate not electricity, it generate energy, it generate power, okay, within the cell and supply it. Mitochondria have two membrane covering, and the outer membrane is porous while the inner membrane is deeply folded, and this fold increase surface area for ATP, generating chemical reactions. The energy required for various chemical activities needed for life is released by mitochondria in the form of ATP. So, as we discuss about mitochondria is known as powerhouse of the cell. So it basically covering of two membrane. Okay, it covered with two membrane, and the outer cover is porous, and while the inner cover is deeply folded, and the fold increases surface area for ATP generating chemical reaction. So during chemical reaction, it performs and produce ATP. ATP. What is ATP? Endocyne triphosphate molecules. Okay. The energy required for various chemical activities needed for life is released by mitochondria. So whatever the energy, right now I am speaking, so I need energy. So this energy comes from mitochondria. You perform daily so many activities like playing, walking, speaking, writing. Okay, so basically this endocyne triphosphate molecules gives you energy, enough energy to perform these tasks. Okay, and this is released by mitochondria. That's why it is said to be powerhouse. The body uses energy stored in ATP for making new chemical compounds for the mechanical work. Mitochondria are strange organelles in the sense that they have their own DNA and ribosomes. Therefore, mitochondria are able to make some of their own proteins. One important topic and one important thing that we have to notice in mitochondria, that mitochondria are such type of strange organelles that have their own DNA, and ribosomes. So whatever the mitochondria present in every humans are same. So because they have their own DNA, they are not matched with the DNA come from parents. Okay, so our whole body consists DNA which come from our parents, but the DNA of mitochondria is their own, not matched with parents. Okay, due to mitochondria have their own DNA, that's why they are able to make some of their own protein too. Okay, let us talk about plastids. Plastids are present only in plant cell, not animal cell. There are two type of plastids: chromoplasts, which is colored plastids, and leucoplast, which is white or colorless plastids. So basically, plastids are of two types. First, chromoplast and leucoplast. Chromoplast are colored plastids, and leucoplast are colorless or white plastids. Chromoplasts containing the pigment like chlorophyll, which is also known as chloroplast. Chloroplasts are important for photosynthesis in plant. Chloroplasts also contain various yellow or orange pigment in addition to chlorophyll. Leucoplasts are primarily organelles in which materials such as starch, oils, proteins are stored. The internal organization of the chloroplast consists of numerous membrane layers embedded in a material called stroma. So a term come, which is stroma. What is stroma? I repeat, whatever the internal organization of the chloroplast consists of the numerous membrane layer, and that numerous membrane layer are said to be stroma. Okay, these are structures like mitochondria. Plastids are their own DNA and ribosomes. Okay, so plastids and mitochondria having their own DNA. Let us talk about vacuoles. Vacuoles are the stored sac for the solid and liquid content. Vacuoles are a small size in animal but plant cell having very large vacuoles. So basically, vacuoles are also storing some solid and liquid content. The size of vacuoles in animal is small, but the size of vacuoles in plant is large. The central vacuole of some plant cell may occupy 50 to 90 of its cell volume. So this cell organelle occupies 50 to 90% of the volume of their cell, of the cell. Okay, cell volume. In plant cell, vacuoles are full of cell sap and provide turgidity and rigidity to the cell. So we see how plants, animals are rigid. They cannot compress. If you are trying to compress a tree, you do? No, you don't. So to providing rigidity, it comes from vacuoles. You also see some plants are floating on the pond, on the surface of pond. This is due to also vacuoles because it provides turgidity and rigidity to the cell. Many substances importance in their life of the plant and stored in vacuoles. So important substance of plant cell are stored in vacuoles. These are amino acid, sugar, various organic acid, some proteins. In single cell organism like amoeba, the food vacuoles contain food items that the amoeba has consumed. Okay, so it is like a locker type. Okay, we just store important things, okay, into it. I repeat, amino acid, sugar, various organic acids, and some protein are stored in vacuoles. Okay, in multicellular organism. And in unicellular organism, amoeba-like organism, the food vacuoles are contained. Okay, the food vacuoles contains the food items that the amoeba has consumed. Okay, in some unicellular organisms, specialized vacuoles also play an important role to expelling excess water and some wastage from the cell. So these are the functions of vacuoles. I hope you understand very well. If not, please revise this video once more time and please read each and every sentence carefully of this book. Okay, thank you.